Welcome into your Division 3 season finale for Season 8 here for the Mexican Grand Prix. I am your host, Ace Freak, the American voice of RSF1, alongside my commentator, the Slippery Scotsman, Aaron Sco. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great after yesterday. I honestly still at a loss for. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know how I won Mexico. Just 3 tracks I'd never expected to win. Won at all 3 of them, and yeah, I mean, P2 in the championship. I'm guaranteed an F4 seat next season. It's gonna suck not being an F5. I've been an F5 for the last 3 seasons, and it's been quite a ride. I've had a handful of podiums, 3 wins, P2 in the championship this year. Started from nothing, and yeah, here we are. My season objective for this season.
I got the button.
Let me check something. Join this party back, okay?
Yeah.
Give the option now. Okay, well that's annoying. No, I am, because I have it up on my phone. It's just, I don't understand. We've got Modcat, who's retired from the session. I'm guessing he had a grid or a quali ban. Not sure. Harry going out onto the medium tires. Easton had the problem yesterday too in the F5 stream. He couldn't get Jake's voice included until I think after quali. Oh, this is annoying. I do not know why Twitch is doing this to me, but let me check something on my end. Swear I added the. Oh, no, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, finally. So far, Harry, for the first hot lap of Q1 here. This is the DRS. Very long pit straight. Top speed of 206 miles an hour. Down to second gear for turn 1. Third for a moment, back down to second for turns 2 and 3. Out of turn 3 now, opens up the DRS for the second time this lap. 29.001 through the first sector, now through turn. And now, another car right in front of him. And he's
Doesn't seem to have got out of the way.
No, he completely parked it on the track. And that's going to basically end any chance of a lap Harry had. That could be a huge penalty for next season for Harvey Thomas. Definitely not what he needed to start next season. The next man crossing the line, I believe, will be his teammate Desbro.
Is he gonna get out of the way for Hambo?
Well, he certainly should. That's how much he got held up by Thomas there. Out of the penultimate corner through the final corner now. Hugging the inside line to the line. Whoa! Very slow moving Mercedes there. And Mercedes TX1 Karma, and we got a car
I really
around.
don't know what he's doing.
Going 8 miles an hour and slower down the pit straight. It looks like one of the McLarens is doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure it's Thomas. Yeah, it is. That's got to be a penalty. I mean, you're blocking the track. Do you know how many people take that inside line for the final corner? That's clearly blocking the track.
Slinky Malinky's also lost it through the S's as well.
You got Pfister doing something similar. He's going a little bit faster, 64 miles an hour, but still out on track. Going terribly slow. Bradshaw has crossed the line and put up a 25-1, 25-6 for Nasri, 18-2 for Alpha. Desbro with a 17-6. It's P1 for him provisionally. Ipswich Tigers has invalidated his lap, so he'll be going again here in a moment. Harry improves his time. It's a 17-6-6-9.
What I want to know is what these cars are doing on the main street, going at like 10 mile an hour.
I'm not sure. They're still doing it. I'm not sure. Are they just doing as slow a lap as possible? Because I do remember when I first got to RSF1, there was a minimum lap time requirement to hit. Of course, that was one time, and it was at Singapore, and I don't know if it's been enforced since. I certainly think it should be enforced here in this situation.
I think I know what they're doing.
They're trying to put up as slow a lap as possible.
Because they're guaranteed to stay in.
Yeah.
This might need to be a rule that might need to be changed, to be honest with you.
Well, like I said, it was enforced once, but hasn't been enforced since. You've got Pfister, who's at least going. I mean, he's going slower than anything, sure, but he's not going out of his way to make sure he puts up a slow lap. In the process, holding people up. Blazer Guns, who's just came through the first sector, goes a little wide out of turn 5, keeps it valid though. We're here through turn 6. Thomas is now invalidated. I imagine he'll start going faster now. Blazer Guns cuts the one corner, keeps it valid though. But he's found the limit on where to go and how to do it. 58.7 through the first two sectors, about second slower than Desbro, I think. He came through here.
Oh, he's lost it.
Yeah, right on the hairpin. Slinky is invalidated. He's on an outlap too. Graceful Rook is going about 20 miles an hour here. Stay out of the way of Slinky. We've got Karma, who's kept it in first gear. See, I feel like if you're on an outlap, you don't need to have a speed. You shouldn't need a minimum speed requirement, but if you're on an outlap, you've got to do it, just so you don't risk distracting drivers on hot laps.
Absolutely.
Graceful Rook across the line has put up a lap time of 2 minutes 56.1 seconds. See, this is an example. Like, I don't feel like these 2 laps are a bit unnecessary. Bradshaw and Nasri, they went slow, but they didn't go out of their way to make sure they were basically just holding up the track. Linky with a 28.6 through the first sector. Got a good bit of traffic ahead of them, though. One of them being TX1 Karma. Back to Slinky. The first two sectors, it's a 57.8. It's looking like a very good lap here from the Red Bull. To the stadium section.
It can really make or break your lap, that bit.
Certainly can. Got a little bit of sunlight showing now. As he comes out of the final corner, it's a 17.809. Some of these guys are putting up slower times than they did in F5. I'm not saying certain people should be moved up, but, you know, maybe.
Did I hear in the post-race interviews that Rogue's time was enough for top 6
Yeah,
in Division 1?
It was good enough for P6 in F1. That's how fast he was. And I understand safety cars can certainly make or break your race at times, but I just feel like if that's how you lose and you're putting up F1 times, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting topic to think about or talk about. Let's just put it like that. Especially considering me, a guy who's barely good enough for F4, is the guy who beat him. With help of my teammate Dabbing Squad. Again, if you're watching Dabbing Squad, you're an absolute legend. Thank you for everything you've done for me this season. It has not gone unnoticed. I will deeply miss you as my teammate.
Who would you like to see your teammate be?
For F4, rage quit immediately. Not even a thought. I mean, come on, dude. When I first got here, he was my favorite co-commentator. He was like one of only 3 guys I wanted to commentate with last season. And when it turned out he couldn't really make any commentary appearances, not gonna lie, I was low-key completely broken. And we've got TX1 Karma going less than 10 miles an hour again. This is on the exit of a very fast corner, and if anyone goes wide here, they're gonna run right into the back of them. And yeah, look at that. That's Blazer Guns missing him by maybe half a foot. Maybe. Okay, cool. So if you aren't reading the chat at all, Aaron, it says Muddy has said that the minimum lap time he wants that you can do is a 2-minute 15-second. I'd say enforce the 100. Right. I'd say enforce like a 115% rule. If you're more than 115% slower, you should be DSQ.
Back of the grid.
Back of the grid. Whatever. Or just get out of everyone's way lap 1. And yeah, I don't really know who to watch here. We could go on to Harvey Thomas, see what he's gonna do. Hopefully it'll be an actual lap time. He's not using his ERS, so that might be a warm-up lap just to see where he is vaguely. He's got 4 laps on these tires though, so might not be the best idea to try and push on him. I would know. Last night I did that and broke my front wing from it. Probably also why I couldn't put up much of a better lap. We got Graceful Rook, I think, running into this wall. I don't know. He's still got his wing, so probably not as hard as I looked. We got TX1 Karma, who's on a 9-minute lap. At this point, I don't know what to do or say about that other than WTF. Oh, Graceful Rook was on an out lap. Okay, so that explains the lack of ERS usage. I would say anything more than 30 seconds slower than the leader, like, unless you're just genuinely that new to the game, and we all know for a fact that these guys in this division are not that new to this game. If you're 30 seconds slower than the leader, it should be a quali ban, a race ban, something.
Well, it's about to reach the 10-minute mark. So now he's picked up the pace.
Yeah. He's not even, it's going to be slower than 10 minutes. That's literally how, yeah, okay. Graceful Rucku across the line puts up a 58-1 through the first 2 sectors. RV Thomas, meanwhile, is 3/10 or 3/4 of a second slower his best. Laser Guns might be on an out lap here. And looks like Karma's just doing it again. We got Graceful Rucku across the line, puts up an 18-0. It's good enough for P5. Oddcat sadly not able to put up a lap. He might have crashed out. I didn't see what happened to him. Cross line, Harvey Thomas puts up a 22-8. See, like that is like a banker lap or a slow lap is fine. If you're like only like 5 seconds off, that's not bad. Like I get it, you'll probably want to save this set for next session. Of course, Harvey Thomas's case, you can't really do that because he's on 6 laps now. If goes any further on those tires, he's probably gonna wreck.
Laser Guns on his 4th lap on those mediums.
And we've got Graceful Rook and Karma. Looks like they're possibly battling. Laser Gun's currently up over 8/10 through the first 2 sectors. And across the line, he's going to put up an 18-162. It's P6 for the Alpine driver. They're both diving into the pits. Harvey Thomas improves by over 1.85 seconds to a 20.98. Stays P9 though. Laser Gun seems to have run out of fuel.
The only man really on a lap at the moment is Harvey Thomas.
He's down 8/10 through the first sector, so I don't know how much of a lap he's putting up here, but I think at this point he's just trying to see how long those softs can last. Maybe why his lap times are in the 20s. Careful not to run into the back of the Alpine. That there avoids him completely. That's way off the side of the track. Harvey Thomas doing another lap. I'm genuinely curious to see how long these tires are going to last. Checker flag waves 4-2-1. The only man we're waiting on is Harvey, thankfully not Karma, or we'd been here until the end of time. Now all we got to do is wait on Jamie because he joined late. Oh, looks like he's gonna come out. Not sure how much time he's got left to do all that.
Time's done. Checkered flag's been out.
Yeah, he joined late, and I guess the game's gonna allow him to do a lap.
Oh, and he's just smashed into the wall.
Okay, well, he's not gonna be able to do a lap in Q2.
Very impressive from Harry. They're setting that lap on the medium tyres as well.
Yeah. Because I don't think anyone here was putting up much of a lap. They were just trying to put in a good enough lap. You see the F5 chat?
Sorry, I'm back.
Alright, oh, no worries. I didn't know if you were there or not.
I've not seen it.
You haven't seen the F5 chat? You should. Oh boy, you definitely should. First man out of the pits was Blazer Guns in the Alpine. Across the line now, Blazer Guns will start his first hot lap of this session, opens the DRS. He's going a lot faster down the straight than Harry was earlier. Top speed of 206 miles an hour though, so same top speed. Turn 3 now. Third gear on exit, opens the DRS yet again. Here of 194 miles an hour to 28.663 through the first sector. Out of turn 5 now, heading to turn 6, double apex hairpin. Looks like curb's good enough to keep him allowing to gain time, not lose the car at all though. 8 immediately followed by 9. And lifts off about half throttle there. Invalidates. Move on to Harry, who's just behind. Keeps it valid, opens the DRS for the third and final time this lap. To 57.158 through the first 2 sectors. Now into the stadium section we go. in the second gear for this little hairpin chicane action. And go through the penultimate corner and now through the final corner. It's a sweeping right-hander. And it's a 16.726 for the Alfa Romeo driver. Next up is Ipswich Techers. It's a 16.7 for him as well. It's P2. Nifty Nasri coming through the final two corners. Across the line, it's going to be a 17.4. He's about 7/10 off pole. Now we got the McLaren of Harvey Thomas. He invalidated his lap though. So next man across the line will be our championship winner for F3, C. Bradshaw 16. To the final corner and to the line, it's going to be a 17.4. It's P3 for him. I see. Ugh. I imagine Bradshaw now is probably just going to have some fun tonight. I don't know if he's going to try as hard as he has been all season and win this race. Or who knows, maybe he will. Maybe he wants to finish the season out with a bang. Slinky Maliki across the line. It's a 17.535. Next man across the line will be Graceful Rook. He's going to put up a hot lap now, though. So we move to Blazer Guns. It's 57.174 through the first two sectors. Through the final two corners now. Runs a little wide. Keeps it valid. Across the line, it's a 16.739. He's 13 thousandths of a second off of pole position. That's about 57.6 through the first two sectors. Across the line now, it's a 17.495. It's P6. GSRL Alpha 123 having a lot of connection issues right now. Second time, I think the third time actually, I've seen him rejoin the session. Alright, next man across the line looks to be Graceful Rook. He's invalidated his lap, so he's backed off completely. Perhaps trying to save some ERS for his next lap here. Only got about 50% though. Okay, Aaron, try to see if you can invite Alpha back, or actually tell Alpha to restart his game or even his Xbox entirely and then rejoin the session. Rook will put up another lap here. Again, I don't think he's got enough ERS, but any lap time is better than no lap time. Laser Guns now into the pits. We're going to move to Desbro for just a moment. He might be coming into the pits as well. He doesn't have the ERS on, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So we move to Graceful Rook out of turn 3 now. He's opened the DRS yet again. His ERS is almost completely out. 29.0 through the first sector. With the hairpin now. Followed immediately by 9. Turn 10 going real slow through here. Keeps it valid though, good there. 58.2 through the first two sectors now. Out of the final two corners now. Graceful Rook will put up a 1 minute 18.2. Puts him P8 out of the 8 drivers who've put up lap time so far. Slinky is out again. His teammate Pfister is also out. Last night, Haas looked like they were possibly the best team in F5. Unfortunately, they could not, unfortunately for them anyway, they could not finish the race the way they started.
I think Graceful Rook just forgot where turn 1 was just then.
Yeah, I don't. Did it look like he tried to cut the corner? Or did he just brake really
I don't
late?
know. Just seemed to go straight on, really.
Ah. All right. Well, clip it, send it to the steward, see if it's worth anything. If not, then
Nah, it's
not.
fine.
Okay. Top speed of 208 miles an hour for Pfister. Goes a little deep out of in turn 1 though. Cuts turn 2 but keeps it valid. Goes a little wide out of turn 3. Keeps that valid. Opens up the DRS. 28.897 through the first 2 sectors. Slinky crossing the line now. He's going to start another hot lap for himself.
Invalidation from Pfister.
Oh, yes, he's invalidated.
He was purple through that first sector as well.
Yeah. Of course, going purple through the first sector doesn't mean a thing. It's all about the final 2 sectors. You could be up on the field by a second in the first sector. If you lose 2/3 of a second or more in the final 2, it means nothing. We've got Harvey Thomas, Modcat both coming out. Graceful Rook going about 2 miles an hour into the pit entry. I mean, that's one way of making sure you don't speed into the pits. It's Slinky, who's improved on his first sector by just 0.04 of a second. As I said, first 2 sectors don't really matter, but he seems to have lifted off. Right on board, you can tell he's not going that fast. Second sector, he might be trying to put up another lap.
Pfister started his second lap after invalidating. He's gone wide again. Going out to turn 3. Onto the grass as well.
28.6 through the first sector. That's much better than he did last time. About 1/4 of a second faster through the first sector. It'll all depend on whether he can keep it valid, though. It doesn't matter if he's fast. Don't keep it valid. He's not going to start in a very good spot here. 7 immediately by 8. All by 9. And 10. 11. Oh, he's wide out of 11, and it's another invalidation. And he doesn't have enough ERS to do another lap. He's going to have to come in. He doesn't have enough fuel either, for that matter. Oh, and Modcat's around.
Really strict on time.
Modcat is around at the pit entry. He's going to have to move, or Pfister might run into him. No, he keeps himself wide to make sure he doesn't. Move on to Slinky. He loses about 1/2 tenth through the first sector. This time it looks like he's actually pushing here. Alpha has rejoined the session yet again. It's about the 10th time I've seen him rejoin. Hopefully this time he can stay. A little wide at turn 11. Keeps it valid though. The 57.385. He's over 4 tenths improvement. Over 4.5 tenths improvement through the middle sector alone. Out of the stadium section now, though, through the final 2 corners. A little wide there. Through the final corner, it's going to be a 1:17.149. It's P4 for the Red Bull. Nasri now starting a lap here. I think he lifted off right as I left him. Well, Bradshaw also going very slow on this lap. I'm not sure if he's planning on putting up a lap here. No, he's not. Graceful Rook coming out of the pits. Got a lot of cars now going rather slowly here. Except for Alpha, who, like I said, hasn't put up a lap time yet. He hasn't been able to even get out of the garage due to the constant disconnections. I don't know. I thought he crashed out, honestly. I didn't realize he's still here. He hasn't come out of the pits, though, so... maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Back to Slinky. He's invalidated his lap. Nifty right behind him also invalidated. Of course, like I said earlier, he lifted off well before the braking point on the main straight, so I don't know if he was ever planning on putting up a lap here. Doesn't have much ERS here, so doesn't... probably not going to be able to improve on his lap time, and he's not. And I've just realized Harry and Nasri both have the same exact time. Both tied for P1. Was Harry getting pole position due to putting it up earlier than he did. Harvey Thomas coming into the pits.
Got a bit shallow clear Max Verstappen there.
Yeah. at the toe Graceful Rook's gotten off of Karma. Neither of those two are on the same team or even the same engine, and Karma's giving them the toe anyway. Clearly, these two have got to be like personal friends, or either that or at least friends through Xbox. Graceful Rook improves by over 2/10 through the first sector alone. I don't think Karma plans on putting up a lap here, or maybe he'll put up a lap after this one. Laser Guns, Harvey, Slinky have all retired from the session. Slinky is in a bit of danger, though. He's only P7.
Alpha popping through the first 2 sectors.
Alpha Tauri or Alfa Romeo? Oh, Tauri, because...
Oh, he's in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, it fits perfectly, too. Coming out of the final corner now, Alpha across the line. It's going to be a 16-9. It's P7. Brings Slinky down a spot. Graceful Rook across the line improves, but it's not enough to gain a position. He's still P10. Bradshaw across the line improves just 1 spot. That moves Slinky down to P9. Karma now P11 with a 26.8. Of course, that's not going to be his official lap. Fister across the line takes P10. It's a 17.396. Gonna move to Modcat. He has yet to put up a lap, and he's in sector 2 right now, heading through turn 7. Right on board here for turns 8, 9, 10, 11 immediately following it. Keeps it valid, opens up the DRS down the backstretch. The 58.287 through the first 2 sectors, entering the stadium section now. Checkered flag is just waved. A big snap from Modcat. Out of the chicane hairpin
may have just blocked Graceful Rook.
out of the stadium section now through the final 2 corners across the line. Modcat's going to put up an 18.3. It's not enough. It's P12. That's all he can get. It's P12 and 18.337. We got a lot of blocking here. I am not sure what's happened. Karma's invalidated. Graceful Rook is basically treating this like an actual race. Just sitting in the way.
It looks like Graceful Rook was on a lap and Karma got in the way.
I don't know, but Fister might have just gotten through this Q3 off of all that. Graceful Rook will not be able to improve his lap time. Karma neither. And as I've said, Fister makes it through, so Slinky's retirement does not end up costing him Q3. Good news there for the Red Bull. Yeah, it looks like someone's trying to do donuts or something in the pit entry. I'd say the only person who can do donuts in quali here is either if you're on the Aston Martin team or if you're Bradshaw, Division 3's champions. Modcat is definitely F4. When he was putting times up in the beginning of the season, he was definitely F3, but since joining F3, he's kind of lost a good bit of that pace. So I don't know.
He was something else in Division 5, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was putting up times over a second faster than the guy behind him. Him and Harvey were easily F3 drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Clates. I'm not quite sure on that. I mean, he didn't put up a time. I thought it was because he crashed out. That's how the game made it look. But then he was here in Q2, and I was like, hold on. So your top 10 here for Q3 will be Harry, Nifty, Blazer, Ipswich, Thomas, Alpha, Desbro, Bradshaw, Slinky, and Fister. Your bottom 3, Graceful Rook, SDK Modcat, and TX1 Karma. Those 3 have left the session. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Orphan. we got a really interesting angle here on the sun for Q3. Thought it was like getting cloudy, and then I saw the sun, and I'm like, oh, okay, there it is, I guess. Whatever. The only two teams here with both drivers are Aston Martin, of course, and McLaren. The two top teams here in F3. First driver out of the pits once again is LR Blazer Guns in the Alpine. Here's another thing. I feel like if you accidentally do full quali with less than 16, 17, whatever number drivers, I feel like you could just put your car in AI mode, and yeah, the AI is going to put a slow lap up, but at least you won't be shredding your tires. There's almost no chance of you spinning, and there's no chance of the stewards giving you a penalty for putting up a slow lap. It's like, hey, dude, can't blame me. The AI does a slow lap. That's on the AI. And Blazer Guns gets way out of the way for Harry. I think he'll be the first one to put up a lap here again. In fact, I think Blazer Guns did that last time. I'm pretty sure he was the first out of the pits, but he wasn't the first to cross the line. Just behind Blazer, speaking of, is the Aston Martin of Teckers. He slowed down a good bit, and Teckers didn't know whether to let him or to stop or go through. Behind him, you've got Pfister. We'll be going to Harry. Opens the DRS. And Pfister's just been disconnected. See if you can invite him back.
Yep.
Top speed of 206 miles an hour for Harry. Must be running a similar setup to me, because that's my top speed was in quali. Opens up the DRS out of turn 3 now for the second time. .6 through the first sector. Out of the S's now. Oh, and Harry invalidates just as he's getting through the S's. Teckers is already invalidated. He's got Blazer Guns. He's kept valid. It's 56.9, just under 57 seconds through the first two sectors. Blazer Guns absolutely flying right now through the stadium section. Final two corners now. You've got Switch diving into the pit. Across the line, Blazer Guns puts up a 16.6. Which I'm pretty sure is about the same time as Rogue put up yesterday for pole. Or was it Rory who got pole yesterday?
I think it was Rogue just by about 3/10, I think.
Yeah. What time did he put up? Wasn't it like a 16.3 or a 4? 59.3 is 16.9.
Speaking of Rory, we've got him in the chat.
How you doing, bud? 17.6 for Slinky. It's P3 for him. You got Bradshaw across the line. Puts up a 16.866. It's P2 for the Aston Martin driver. You got a purple sector 3. I don't know whether that's the game telling me the truth or not. Keeps it valid out of the S. DRS here. Into the stadium section now. On exit of the stadium section, he's got almost no ERS left. Hugs the inside line as much as he can, and across the line it's a 16.849 at P2, just 17 thousandths of a second ahead of Bradshaw. And into the pits now. You've got the Bull.
Seems that Bradshaw's going to be the next one to cross the line.
He's probably gonna be coming in. He doesn't have enough fuel for another lap.
Yeah, I just noticed his time. Yeah.
So we're gonna move over to Desbro. I wasn't sure where to look. I was like looking through all the cars and
Desbro's invalidated his outlap, so
16.4. You did a 16.6. So you literally put up provisional pole in F3. Oh, all right. That's something.
Rory promotion.
Almost guaranteed. I
Can't say
mean,
anything.
sheesh. Just slap him into this lobby. Him and Rogue. Just be like, hey, we're missing 5 drivers. Go in.
Just chuck them in.
Richie Rich has joined. Hey, good news. There's another driver we've been missing. I think we're going to have 16, 17? Maybe 15? No, we started with 15. We're going to have... Yeah, 16 or 17. 28.5 through the first sector. Pretty fast first sector. Anything under a 26, I would say 28.6 is probably really good. I think my best first sector I put up in qualifying, either yesterday or like qualifying sims for practice and stuff that I was doing. I think the best first sector I put up was a 28.9. I was running a bit of a higher downforce setup. 57.196 through the first 2 sectors for Desbro. See if you can invite Richie Rich back.
Yeah.
Out of the final corner now, Desbro to the line. It's going to be a 16.843, 6 thousandths of a second ahead of Harry. Just shows you what kind of pace Laser Guns unleashed on that lap. Got Pfister, who's sadly invalidated, trying to save up as much ERS as he can. He's got 67%. I don't know if it'll be enough, but he's going to have to go anyway.
It is very close between second, third, and fourth at the moment.
Yeah. Fight for P2 right now is very, very close. 23 thousandths of a second separate the 3. Out of that first chicane now opens the DRS down that second straight. Got another car out on track. It's Slinky Maliki along with Desbro. He's on his in-lap though.
Pfister's on a 28.7 through the first sector.
Looking pretty good there. Be running a slightly higher downforce setup than Desbro was. Means he's going to absolutely shine through this middle sector here. Keeps it valid, rides the curbs as much as he can, opens the DRS to 57.9 through the middle sector though. Not very good there. Might be a little bit more time he can find there. Out of the final 2 corners, and he's going to dive into the pits. So we're going to move on to Slinky, who's towards the end of his hot lap, or out lap, I mean. On his out lap because he hasn't used any of his ERS or anything here. Final few corners now. Across the line, he's going to start his lap. DRS. Less than 3 minutes left in the session. Get a car right behind him. It's Laser Guns starting his out lap now. Harvey Thomas also on an out lap, but he's towards the end of it. Push the curbs as much as you like through there. Opens the DRS for a second time. 96 top speed. It's a 28.505 through the first sector. Looking very good through the first sector. Really wide out of turn 5. Keeps it valid though. Out of turn 6 now. He's going to head into the S's. Have to be careful not to run wide through here. Oh, and he had to back out. You can tell he was just about on the edge of losing the car completely. Unfortunate end to his lap there.
Harry's invalidated.
Harry's invalidated.
Going through the S's.
Oh dear, that could be big.
That is a massive shock.
He's only got about half battery left. We go back to Slinky's about 61%
Who's also
right now.
Harvey Thomas also invalidating.
Yeah, these guys are just
Everyone's
pushing
being
as hard as
plowed
they
through these
can.
S's.
So Harvey going about 30 miles an hour, and he's just sat. I was about to say he's sat on the apex. That could be massively dangerous. Got Alpha coming out. I don't think he's going to have enough time to do a lap. Soggy Salmon's joined the session, so good news there. We're going to have another driver, 17 at least. And again, I don't know if Alpha's got enough time, and he's cut turn 2 completely. Pfister across the line with 50 seconds to go and counting. Harvey, top speed is 207 miles an hour. Pfister top speed, 207 as well.
Harry's invalidated his final lap as well through the same part.
Oh no. Move over to Slinky. He's also invalidated his lap. It's done. Ipswich gonna get a
Tekker's
little
doing
bit
middle
of
six
a
on
tow
Purple.
from, I should say, Slinky.
This Rebels Camp's got out of the way. I think he's just
Oh.
blocked up through the stadium.
He may have blocked him just a bit. I don't know how much, but it definitely could have hurt Tekker's a lot more than we saw. No,
Tekker's
maybe
pulled.
not. Wow. Okay. And Alpha crosses the line with just 2 seconds left in the session. He's going to be able to put up a lap. Harry, unfortunately, not able to put up a lap here. Slinky crossed the line with just enough time. He's got just enough ERS, too. Bradshaw improves his time, but it's not enough to take a position. He's 0.004 of a second off of Harry. Next is Pfister. He's coming across the line now. He takes P7. It's a 17.576. Desbro, the next man, doesn't improve. He dropped it by almost 0.03 of a second. Unfortunate way for him to end the session. Nifty almost improves by 0.4, but he's still off by 47,000ths of a second. Tekker's currently holds pole position. Gonna move to Slinky. He's improved by almost half a second through the first 2 sectors. Blazer Guns invalidated his time, and that would have been pole by almost 1/10. The next man we're going to be watching here is Slinky, and immediately following him will be the Alpha Tauri of Alpha. Across the line, Slinky puts up a 16.9. It's good enough for... Oh, Alpha, I think, took pole. He did.
Did Alpha take it?
Wow. What time did he put up? I didn't even get to see.
I was on board with Slinky.
Slinky put up, I think, P7. I think he's P8 now. Yeah. A 16.457. Wow.
Whoa,
Absolutely phenomenal stuff from Alpha. Harvey Thomas sadly not able to put up a lap. Pfister not able to put up a very good lap. Slinky does improve. And look at this. The top 8 within half a second of P1. The top 4 just 1/10.5 apart. Absolutely phenomenal laps from these guys. Incredible lap from Alpha, though.
Nobody saw that coming.
I know what kind of pace he's got in GSRL. I just wasn't sure if he was any good here at Mexico or not, or what. If he'd done any practice or not, I wasn't sure. All right, and we will have a few minutes for a break. Okay, and I'm back. See, the timer's only just come down to 0 as well, so that's good. Honestly figured with my luck that I've had the past few weeks that the counter would, that the formation lap would already be over.
I think it has to be said, Karma is on the sauce right now, so I don't know what he's thinking.
Okay, so it turns out we have 15 people in here. I thought we had... Oh, you know why I thought we had 17 is because... who's the... Alpha spun on the formation lap. So starting from the back, we've got Soggy Salmon, Jamie, Modcat, Karma, Graceful Rook, Harvey Thomas, Fister, Slinky, Bradshaw, Airy, Desbro, Laser Guns, Nifty Nasri, Ipswich Tackers, GSRL Alpha. Man who spun on the formation, beginning of the formation lap. Go. Another car around, it's Blazer Guns.
But 2 drivers out there deciding not to opt for the hard tires. We've got Techers on the mediums and Karma on the softs.
Well, I started on the mediums in P15 and ended up taking those mediums 21 laps, so... All I can say is if I can do that, anyone can do it. Look at that. Alpha retakes P1. On the formation lap after being P15 in turn 1. Say before turn 1.
Soggy Salmon really trying to get tire temperature right now.
Yeah, starting on the hards it's not very easy. Starting on the hards. And Alpha, what is this camera angle? Do you see who I'm spectating? I'm spectating Soggy Salmon. That's the camera they gave me. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here for the Season 8 finale in F3. Both Alpha and Techers getting a pretty good start off the line. What is this camera angle? I can't see anyone.
Techers already got the jump.
There we go. Looking further back, we had a handful of guys go deep into turn 1. Oh, a lot of contact here in turn 2.
Contact at the back.
Got 3 wide here for turn 7 between Karma, Fister, and Harry. Harry backs out. Karma takes the position. Karma looking for the position on his teammate now, and he gets it done.
Techers has gone wide.
Oh,
Blazer Guns made it through.
Oh, hold on. Let's get on board with Slinky here. It's P6 right now. And look at this. Karma goes a little wide. Gives up the position to Slinky. He's P5 now, just behind Bradshaw. Alpha started P1 down to P3. Blazer Guns up to P1. Apparently your biggest winner on this first lap, though, is the Mercedes of Karma. We got a car around. It's Jamie. I'm not quite sure what's happening. We got a virtual safety car for it. So before the virtual safety car came out, our biggest winner was Karma, who's just gone super deep into the hairpin and gave up a handful of positions. I don't know why.
I think Techers may have outbroke himself down into turn 4, which allowed
I don't know, but Alpha's in the pit.
Blazer.
Alpha, our pole
Alpha's
sitter,
picked up
is
damage
in the
from that.
pits. He certainly must have, but he hasn't changed out the wing.
Well, he's not changing his wing.
All 3 of these guys started on hard tires. The other 2 have changed their front wings. And all 3 of them have gone on to the mediums. Jamie also, of course, having to change his front wing. He doesn't actually have one. And going on to the mediums. The green flag, green flag is back out, and we got a yellow out for Modcat, who's lost it through the chicane. Pfister and Nasri are fighting here for P5.
Harry trying to get involved in it as well.
Ooh, a little bit of contact, and he shoves his way past the Mercedes and Nasri. It's P6 for Harry, and P5 for Pfister. Back at the front, we got Blazer Guns and Ipswich Packers still fighting tooth and nail for everything they can get here. Much better angle of the fight here. Across the line, the DRS will be enabled.
Karma has made the move through the stadium section on his own teammate.
Bradshaw's taking fastest lap at 21.218. Another yellow again for Modcat, not having the best start to this race. Been saying all season since he's been promoted that he's not F3 pace. Tragically for him, he might not be wrong. Alpha back in the pits again to change that front wing. I can't imagine how upset he is right now with that. Especially after starting on pole position. Changing out the front wing. Soggy Salmon, the first of possibly many drivers to get a 3-second time penalty here. With DRS not able to get the move done there. Sound is kind of cutting in and out on my headset. Ladies and gents, let me know if any audio issues on your part. Oh, Blazer's around! Blazer's around, so is Modcat. That's going to be 2 yellows and 2 separate.
He's got to watch out because there's a load of cars coming.
Oh yeah, he's on the inside line, way off the racing line, so good news there. No issues. We go back to green flag conditions on the pit straight. We got Pfister and Harry fighting for a position. Karma trying to see if he can pick up the pieces in case anything happens between these two. Don't think he will, although he's already alongside Pfister and he's already gotten him. Pfister without DRS. Harvey Thomas is the fastest lap at 20.256. Harry and Karma side by side. Harry pushes Karma off. Karma trying to move around the outside of the hairpin. More contact. Gonna keep watching on board Pfister. I don't know how much longer those softs are gonna hold out. Right about now, I say the hards are gonna start feeling real good. Oh, Karma driving very erratically here. Taking out a few of them, that's for sure.
Allows Harry to get back through going into the stadium.
Karma not giving up though. He still had a wheel alongside him. Ipswich puts up fastest lap of the race at 19.985. Soggy with yet another 3-second time penalty. He is having quite a time getting through that middle sector.
Karma's gonna have DRS here though.
Oh,
go to the outside.
Oh, passing the grass. We're also trying to go around the outside, and Nasri on the inside almost was 3 wide. We're gonna move on to Desbro's onboard camera, see if he can get a better angle on this fight. Not gonna be much of anything going on here on this lap. Just stay here on this situation. Jamie puts the fastest lap at 19.7. Nifty gets a 3-second time penalty. Soggy Salmon around the outside of Modcat through turn 1. Oh, there was a lot of contact. Oh.
Luckily, both drivers managing to keep it on track.
Harvey Thomas gets the 3-second time penalty as if things weren't bad enough for him. Being over 20 seconds
got the outside once again.
Alpha's just left the session. See if you can invite him back. Yeah, Rory, I hate to deal with a lot of this cutting out mess yesterday in my race. It was really hard to focus and concentrate on the race, I'm not going to lie. Half the reason I got a penalty is because I couldn't hear anything, and then all of a sudden, I got 3 seconds. I was like, ah, lovely. Harry thought about a move on Karma, but it wasn't meant to be. Ooh. Bumped right into the back of that Mercedes. Got a three-way fight now for P12 between Sam and Jamie and Modcat.
Yeah, a very big DRS train formed here. Des was going to go to the inside of Fister. Made the move before turn 1.
Harry's got the move
Fister's going to
done
fight this
as
back
well
though.
on Karma.
Fister's not giving up this position. He might have to though. He's not
I don't think
off.
Destro's going to let him.
Very close to
They're
the
still
wall
side by
there.
side though. And they both have DRS open.
Fister might have clipped the wall there. He's going to have the inside though going into turn 4. Wide
Turn 5
again.
inside, it's going to go to Destro. Don't think it matters though. Got a yellow up ahead. It's at the end of sector 3 for Modcat. He's spun it through the final corner. Oh, hold on. We got a car on the wall. It's Blazer Guns. What's happened there?
He's lost his front wing.
Modcat diving into the pits. Back to green flag in sector 2. Modcat's hit onto the mediums. He's down a lap now. In fact, Modcat just given up track position to Bradshaw, who's P2 currently. Soggy Sam with yet another 3-second time penalty. And we got a yellow. Modcat's
Karma
just
goes
retired.
really wide.
Whoa, hold on. Oh, Modcat crashed out. I don't know if that's going to be anything. We'll have to wait and see. Laser Guns in the pits right now, onto a new set of mediums. It's not going to be a safety car. It's not going to be anything. I imagine Aston Martin right now are quite relieved that that did not develop into a full safety car. That could have been catastrophic.
True just said now he's gonna maybe lose out to Graceful Route going through the S's. I just stay ahead with that grip on the soft tyre though.
You can see him going through these S's though. He just doesn't have any grip left. Whatever grip he did have. Oh, he almost ran into the side of Graceful Rook, who's just overtaken him for P8. Okay, what is he doing? He's just gone completely wide and run him off the track.
Graceful Route got 5 seconds for that as well.
Yeah, I would definitely say that that should be removed.
There really wasn't much.
And he got
that Graceful Route
completely
could have done
dived
there.
on by Karma, and it's not like he could have gotten back onto the track. Karma probably would have
Blazer
done
gone
something to
around
make sure that
again.
doesn't happen. Yeah. It's already almost a lap down, so is Alpha. And it started on pole position. Blazer Guns, who started, I want to say, wow, P4. 2 of our front runners to start in quali already all the way at the back right now. Attackers in the meantime are having 7.6 second gap to his teammate, and if you include his gap to Slinky, it's 11.8 seconds. Soggy Salmon, oh no! As soon as I mention him, oh hold on, he's gotta wait. Okay, he can go now. And look at this. These two are still side by side. This is going to cause a crash. It has. Grayson Rook's just been taken out by Karma. And Slinky's crashed out as well. Oh, no. That's going to be a full course safety car.
Soggy Sam nearly going into the back of Jamie as well as that safety car came out.
Yeah. This safety car, though, is going to save Blazer Guns and Alpha, both of whom were nearly a lap down.
I don't see why Karma's not going to pit here either.
I was gonna say he has to. He's just about ready to pop.
Going on another set of soft tires?
Took the first set 9 laps. If he takes these another 9 laps, he'll probably get to lap 18 and go on to the mediums from here. Flawless traction and handling model. Yeah, that's why I've been going on full traction this game, dude. I could not bear to deal with the absolutely atrocious handling model in this game. I wasn't even trying it. I did it for like the first 2 months of the game, and then after that I was like, yep, I'm not doing it anymore. No point in me going 5th gear on a hairpin in Canada, coming out of the hairpin in Canada in 5th gear and still spinning the rears. And Karma has just crashed. No, he hasn't. He hasn't given up at all. I think he crashed into the safety car.
I have just picked up on that from Harvey.
How did he... What?
I don't know if that was deliberate or not, because the safety car is stationary at the moment.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they should have just stuck with the traction model in 2021. If they'd have done that, the game would have been perfectly fine. Or at least bearable. I mean, this game, when it comes to traction modeling, is possibly one of the worst I've ever played in my life. It's not even an exaggeration. I think I've said it every single time I stream, but I'll say it again. This is literally the worst racing game I think I've ever played. And... what has happened? My game's just crashed. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Yep. Oh, lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely.
We just love EA games, don't we?
Oh, man, as someone who's played Madden since he was like 5, 6 years old, trust me, I am more than aware of how bad EA is. It's just, ugh. I don't know why Codemasters decided to sell them souls to EA. Sell your souls to Technics. Sell your souls to anybody but EA. Or Motorsport Games. Those guys are also complete jokes. I don't know why they bought the rights to IndyCar, or why IndyCar sold their rights to them. Absolute clown show.
Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah. It really is a shame, Slinky, because you've been really good in this race, and I felt like you finally found your groove. And then the game decided to tell you to eat it. Oh. I mean, maybe it was just a desync, but I'm pretty sure the game crashed. Man, this is really taking its sweet time with loading into the game itself, too. Finally. Holy mother of... Ugh. Alright, finally. Loading back into the lobby now. While we do that, I'm gonna go get myself a drink.
Quite a mix of tyres at the moment. We've got Fister, we've got Blazer Guns, and we've also got Alpha on the medium tyres at the moment. And Soggy Salmon's still on. He's actually just pitted for soft tyres, it looks like. A few of these drivers pitting a little bit earlier than they expected to be. It's going to allow Alpha to bring back up to the front of the pack. The man that took pole had an absolutely horrific start.
Alright. What are you talking about?
Just talking about how Alpha's going to manage to get back up to the back of the pack at the moment.
Yeah. Well, let's look at his tire strategy here, the tire situation. From 3 stops, he's on 2-lap-old mediums. Downside is he's been doing those, I think, full race pace on those 2 laps, so he's gonna have to pit again, and even if they were brand new, he'd have to pit again. I mean, I took mediums 21 laps from the start of a race. Even if they were brand new from here, he'd more than likely have to pit again. I see Karma since I left. Oh, right, Karma ran into the back of the safety car. We already knew that. Right, safety car will be in this lap. Your restart order will be as follows: Bradshaw, Harry, Nifty Nasri, Desbro, Ipswich Tackers, Fister, Harvey Thomas, Blazer Guns, Jamie TC, 09, Soggy Salmon, and GSR Alpha. Looks like we're going to be going now. Speaking of safety car restarts, I remember that last restart we had last night, and you completely jumped me by about 2.5 car lengths.
Yeah, I just had to risk it.
We're just... I respect it.
Neffy's made the move on the Alfa Romeo.
That he has. It's P2 for him now.
But the back, I think Blazer Gun's made up a position as well.
He has. He's up to P7. Ari Thomas, not the best run out of turn 3. He's going to be under attack from Soggy Salmon. Salmon's going to be able to make the move. Of course, Salmon's on the softs.
Really leaving no room for Harvey at the moment. Soggy Salmon keeping it ahead though.
So Salmon wasn't given any space there, but it didn't matter.
Almost gonna have the inside leg going in. This does contact.
Oh, hold on. That's not on. That's not on. Oh! And he gave him a bit of payback. He's like, all right, you're going to put me in the wall. I'll turn you. And look at that. This is what happens if you don't give somebody the space they deserve. I can't even blame Soggy for doing that. Giving the position back to Thomas, though. Despite the fact that Thomas gave him wing damage, Thomas also has wing damage. Alpha has damage from that incident, from the contact with Thomas. Jamie seems to be fine. Soggy's going to carry on. He knows he doesn't really have much of a choice. And I don't know if he's got any hards left.
Alpha's pick for really putting in a drift today.
Certainly are. This third
soft
stop
tires
of the
going
race.
on.
Really an interesting call. Thomas's strat is onto the mediums. Brand new mediums. You can theoretically take them to the end here, but your tires will be about 70% by the end. Just warning you now. Oh, at the back of the front, you've got a DRS train from P1 to P7. Ipswich Stecker's very close to the back of Desbro. Laser Gun's also pretty close to the back of Fister as he almost loses it through turn 9 there.
Oh, there's a
and
car
Bradshaw's lost it. There's another car around too. It's Blazer around again. Good news for Bradshaw. He hasn't hit the wall. He's got no damage. From what we can see.
We've got Desmond Road. He's been hit by Harry, I think. With the stadium.
Oh boy. We've got quite a bit of a mess going on right now. DRS has been enabled. We still got a few guys on the hards I've just remembered that haven't hit yet. Nasri, Harry, Desbro, and Bradshaw, all of whom have still not hit yet. As tempting as it may be for Bradshaw, I don't think he's got a choice on pitting yet. I don't think he can. He's got to stay out at least another 6 or 7 laps. And as soon as Rory says this has been better than F5, a bunch of F5 stuff happens. Oh man, talking about
up to
karma.
P5 and P14 at the start.
Talk about a jinx. I was gonna say karma, but yeah, no. Oh yeah, wow. P14 to P5 for Jamie. He's definitely having a good race right now. He can theoretically make it to the end on those hards. He's gonna have to hope that a lot of the guys in front of him don't, or either pit, because some of them do. 2 of them, in fact, have to pit again. And that the guys behind him don't catch up to him. Currently, the most ERS goes to, who was it? Goes to Soggy Salmon, about 70%. Least amount of ERS is Fister, right now at about 14 and dropping. Got DRS on Harry though. He's gonna be able to get the move done on him. Not done before the braking point or before the corner though. Fister now on has a good bit of clean air in front of him between him and Nasri. Nasri on 16 lap old hards. He's going to be able to... He should be able to take these at least to 21, 22. That's about when you want to pit onto the mediums. It's 21, 22. You pit any earlier and you're going to risk having dead tires by the end. Jamie's got a 3-second time penalty. First of the race. Nasri, Fister also have 3. Blazer Gun, Harvey Thomas with 3.
The S's there.
And Soggy Salmon with 12 seconds of penalty. Bradshaw catching up pretty quickly to the back of that Ferrari is Soggy Salmon. Due to Soggy's damage and Bradshaw's lack thereof. Downside for Bradshaw is he's got a pit. Soggy Salmon doesn't have to pit, but I would definitely advise not staying out on those softs to the end. No reason, just cause, you know. Just
He was picking up a 3-second penalty, I saw that.
Yeah, it's his first one. Any advantage he had now is just about been erased by that 3 seconds. Only drivers now without 3 seconds are Harry, Desbro, Bradshaw, and Alpha. Desbro and Bradshaw showing why they're the top 2 drivers in this championship.
Harvey Thomas managing to make the move on Alpha as well.
Long before the breaking point. He had about a car length and a half on him. Both the same age tires. I don't know how Alpha hasn't pulled away from the McLaren. He should have gotten pretty far away from him after about a lap and a half or 2. Another thing I know a lot of drivers don't like about this track, besides the ungodly number of laps and the middle sector, is how hard it is to save ERS. And fuel, for that matter. I noticed when I did practice laps around here, in dry conditions you used about 1.04 laps of fuel per lap. Looking through each driver though, good news for them, none of them are under on fuel right now.
Laser Guns is side by side with Desperate at the moment. Makes the move.
Nice DRS here, Desbro's not.
Laser Gun is carrying those penalties at the moment though.
And
We've
he
got
is
a battle
Harry and
between
Ipswich.
Harry and Ipswich.
Oh,
Oh.
bit of contact. No damage though. Good news there. No damage. Ipswich has gotten the move done on Harry. It's P3 for the Aston Martin once again. We've got a lot of clouds coming in. You can see that heavy cloud cover. Look at how smooth and fast Ipswich seems right now. Looking like he's about to put up a personal best. See if he's... Oh, he thought about a move on Pfister there for a moment. Backed out of it.
Can we see a few positions change on this straight though?
Very well might. Packers lost about half a second through that final sector alone due to being held up by these two guys ahead of him. Ipswich out of ERS. Nifty still has 44%. I don't know how he saved so much, but he just hasn't. He's just decided he's gonna wait until the right moment to use it.
Especially with a beautiful run out of turn 3 though.
Salmon for P8. Oh
He's
yeah.
gonna pull the
I don't
outside.
think he's gonna use any of his ERS. Gonna let him go. Maybe not. Oh, a little bit of contact between Nasri and Ipswich. Almost contact again between the two. Got a yellow just behind. It's Blazer Guns. What's happened to him? Lost it just before turn 6 out of turn 5, I'm guessing. Look at how close Ipswich is on Nasri. Tires are 10 laps pressure. You can definitely see it here. Diving down the inside. Start the middle.
He's gonna go down the inside with a switch back.
Ho ho ho! And he might
Harry's
lose the
looking for a
position
move
to
as well.
Harry here too. Oh, he's put Harry in the wall, or maybe not. No, he doesn't have any damage. And he's in the
pit lane.
pits, both in the pits. Nasri gets a 5-second speeding penalty. Jamie will take P3, Desbro P4, Laser Guns P5. And Harry jumps Nasri in the pit. Soggy Salmon jumps them out of the pits. If these guys get stuck behind Soggy Salmon for too long, any advantage they could gain over the likes of Desbro and Bradshaw might disappear just as quickly as it came up. Come out about 2 seconds behind the Ferrari. Gonna watch these two. Got DRS off of, I believe, Pfister it was. Actually, it was Ipswich Techers. These two are both 3rd and 4th.
We're gonna have to pit again. Soggy Salmon
Oh,
really
Harry gets
slow
a
through the
3
S's.
second. Yes, Salmon was so slow through the S's, it gave Harry a 3-second time penalty. He didn't mean to do it, of course. It just, unfortunately, with that wing damage he's got, he's not able to take those S's very fast at all. And now Nasri's going to get held up by him. And Soggy stays out. I'm actually shocked that I did decision by him. It's on 9-lap-old softs now. He's got a broken front wing. There's still 15 laps to go. He could go onto a set of mediums and easily make it to the end here. Nifty getting past him around the outside quite easily, frankly. He's going to get DRS again here. He's going to be able to catch back up to his buddy Harry here. See if anyone at the front decides to pit here. Pfister staying out. Ipswich Techers as well. Jamie, of course, going to stay out. I believe him and Techers trying to make it to the end on those hards. Yes, Desbro will be coming in. Laser Guns, of course, stays out. You might want to pit soon, though. Bradshaw stays out another lap. He's gone 22 laps now on those hards. Harry puts up the best lap of the session. It's an 18.797. Harvey with another 3-second time penalty and a 5-second speeding penalty.
Him and Soggy Salmon. Soggy Salmon seemed to have locked him going into the pit lane. Because Harvey was on the outside. Well, it's a very slow start for Thomas at the moment.
Soggy Salmon on 10-lap-old softs now. Desbro just behind on brand new medium. His tires are going to be slower, but only for a few corners. And with him getting dirty air off of Soggy Salmon, those tires might heat up even quicker.
Tekis is really pulled up to the back of Fister.
Oh yeah, wow, he is. He's been behind him this whole time, but he's getting closer and closer, little by little. Laser Guns gets another 3-second time penalty. I believe that's the second one. It is 6 seconds for the Alpine driver. Harry gets past Bradshaw.
Ipswich should be going for the move here.
Outside of the hairpin. Wow.
Ipswich makes it before the corner. He takes the lead.
Laser Guns into the pits. Don't think he's... No, I thought he saw wing damage on him for a moment. Bradshaw in the pits as well. Fister's still trying to keep up with Tackers. Look at this. You've got Laser Guns pushing as hard as he possibly can out of the pits to keep P6 over Desbro. Looks like he's going to do just that.
Ipswich
Soggy
Tekis
Salmon
has
is
been on his
finally...
tyres for 1 lap less than Fister, but Fister's on the mediums at the moment.
Soggy Salmon, by the way, has finally pit on to his new set of mediums. Down in P11. Get the most penalties out of anybody, 1 more second penalty-wise than Thomas. Fister's now in the pits after 15 laps on those mediums. I imagine he's going to go to 1 final set of mediums. Jamie's also in the pits. Why is he in the pits?
Desbro was looking for a move there on Laser Guns going into the stadium.
Jamie is onto a new set of mediums. I'm not sure why. He had to take those hards to the end, and instead he's chosen to go to a set of mediums to the end. He gets 6 seconds in penalties, so it doesn't help him that much either. Especially with Desbro not far behind now. Oh my god! He's about 15 miles an hour faster than him. Ooh, Laser Guns almost runs into the back of him. Further up ahead, you've got Fister, who just came out of the pits. He's P3 right now. He's only got 3 seconds of time penalties, but he's over 20 seconds behind the leader of Tackers. The 4-lap fresher tires than Harry, which could help towards the end of this race, but with him being over 2 seconds back on Harry, I don't know how much it'll help. You got Tackers right now, who's got 19 seconds to Harry. I'd say at this point, if you're Tackers, you got to save ERS and start saving these tires too. You've got an enormous lead. Just start being gentle on your tires. Be gentle with the ERS. If they catch 19 seconds in 10 laps, I'll be immeasurably impressed. But for now, just start being smart with the tires. Don't get any unnecessary track extensions or corner cuts. Look at how much Fister's pulled away from Nasri since he got out of the pits. He was about 2.5 seconds, I think, when he came out of the pits. He dropped all the way down to about half a car length, and now he's 1.8 ahead. Jamie also starting to pull away from. Oh no, he's actually not pulling away from Desbro and Blazer Guns. He's actually getting caught by them a little bit. Oh, Fister gets another 3 seconds. Let me know if you're still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Got anything to add? You know, just say something. Oh, we got a fight here for P10. Salmon's gotten past Harvey Thomas. A bit of contact through turns 4 and 5. Look at this guy. Oh, it's Soggy Salmon off and he's out of the race. He had just gotten past
He's going to trigger a
Thomas,
safety
and that's
car
gonna
as
be a
well.
Full course safety car. Oh
Ipswich
my
has got to pit here.
God. Oh, he's got an enormous gap. He could stay out if he want. Well, no, he definitely can't. I'm joking. But he could pit and not even lose a position, even if the guys behind him stay out. I'd say everyone here has got to pit onto a fresh set of softs if you got them.
Absolutely.
It's the only choice you've got. Either you stay out, and if you stay out, you're probably screwed unless you're Jamie, Blazer Guns, or Fister, who barely got anything on their tires. Harvey's gone onto a used set of mediums. I'm not sure if he meant to pick that, but he does have enough time to hit again, but he's got to make sure Techers doesn't catch him. Ipswich going as slow as humanly possible into the pits to make sure he doesn't get a penalty. And I mean, hey, I'd say it's not a bad idea if you're that nervous about keeping the lead. I'd say go as slow as you want into the pits. Fister stays out. He really stays out. I don't think he's gonna. Oh no, he might actually. He might. We're gonna see, and he will. Gonna get the position. Nasri also stayed out, but he's on 7-lap-old mediums. This is gonna hurt him a lot more than help him. Jamie and Fister, it makes sense. Everybody else, I just don't get it. Desbro stays out. Got Bradshaw, who... Oh, no, he does come in. Alpha pit last lap. He probably should have gone an extra lap just to... so he didn't have to use up the softs he currently is on now. Harvey Thomas going on to the mediums. He might have done that to not use up his softs. And Bradshaw's on mediums. A rather bold call. He's going to lose out quite a bit of time initially. Going to have to hope he can match their pace or beat it by the end. Penalties now. And Nasri, another thing about Nasri is he could have gotten rid of his 5-second penalty that he's got right now for speeding, I think, and only be on 3 seconds. He'd be at much less of a disadvantage than he's at right now. He's got the second most amount of penalties out of everyone here, the most going to Harvey Thomas with 9 seconds. The only drivers without penalties are Alpha, Bradshaw, and Desbro. Those with 3 include Harry and Techers, and 6, Fister, Jamie, Blazer Guns.
This is going to get really interesting here.
No one comes into the pits. Interesting call there. We're going to see Bradshaw. Not gonna pit. I think he thought about it for a minute. You could tell he turned in a little bit, but then slowed down a bit. And eventually decided against it. Alpha back in the pits. After 2 laps on his softs, I think he's gonna go back onto another clean set of softs. And Harvey Thomas now, I still feel like he could have gone another lap before he pitted onto a clean set of softs.
Alpha's on his 7th stop of this race.
Who?
Alpha. Harvey with his 6th.
Wow. And hey, the 7-stop strategy, if it works, it works. Can't hate on it. Desbro, meanwhile, is the only driver who's done less than 2 out of everyone still. No, Nasri has also only done 1 stop.
I mean, I really don't know if Nasri could have afforded to pit with that 8-second penalty that he's carrying.
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, if he pit, it would have gotten rid of the 5, and then it'd only be 3 seconds, unless his 5 is from a corner cut or something. Bradshaw is only just caught up to the safety car queue. Still waiting on Alpha and Harvey Thomas. I believe this should be the last lap under safety car. I don't think it's going to matter whether or not the bottom 2 catch up or not. We've got Harvey Thomas back in one last time. This time on his old set of mediums. Rather... Okay, I don't understand his strategy calls at this point. I feel like if you were going to do that, you should have just stayed out on those and then, at the last chance, take the softs. I think he's just scrubbed every set of softs he's got just for that. I'm not sure what he's doing. Yes, safety car will be in, so Harvey Thomas is 25 seconds back. He's not going to be... He's going to be absolutely killed by this safety car decision here. Across the line, it will be 6 laps to go. Going so slow, they're pulling up yellows. That's absolutely nuts. Even slower than I was going in the rain. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same lap the safety car ended in last night's race.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Well, Fister's already released.
Oh yeah, wow, way early. It hasn't caught out Ipswich at all, though. Ipswich is still right on him, but everybody behind Ipswich has been caught out by a mile.
Ipswich really trying to get tempted with those tyres.
He's on the softs. He doesn't really need to do that. It's everyone behind him that needs to, being on those older mediums. And guess what? Harvey Thomas is right behind Alpha as we restart this race. So good news there for the McLaren driver, who at least have a chance at fighting for another position other than P10. You got to cross the line to finish lap 32, though, to be guaranteed or to get any points. Crash out now, you get nothing. Fister still holding the lead, but for how long as Ipswich Techers is going to continue to reel them in through these corners. Look at that. It was about 7/10 before we started this S's. It's now less than 4/10.
Rip on that Aston Martin, it's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, certainly is. Looking
the back,
further
Harry
back,
makes a
you've
move
got
on this
Harry around the outside, and he's got the move done. It's P5 now for Harry. But Desmond doesn't have any penalties. Look at the gap between him and the leader. It looks like right now Desbro could win this race.
Harry going for the
Desbro's
move on
got
Jamie
to
as
stay
well.
close.
Does that really first time.
Oh yeah,
Looks like Jamie's gonna try and come back though.
certainly is. I don't know if he's going to be able to. A bit older, and they're mediums. Harry's got the job done with P4 now. He's got another man ahead of him. It is Nifty Nasri. What a Our length of space now less about half.
Wait, what's going on at the back there? I think for me,
Oh,
Alpha
yeah, what's happened to
glitched
Bradshaw?
off and he went on, but then came back onto the track. Hopefully no one's picked up
There's-
damage because of that.
Bradshaw lost 2 positions because of it. Look at this. Ipswich Tacker's now right on the gearbox. He's using the ERS. Look at how little ERS Pfister has left. Ipswich still has over 60%. And oh, Harry and Nasri are around. Oh, that's going to kill their races. Harry's still around. That's going to be just about all she wrote for these two. Tragic way for them. Tragic way for it to end for those two.
Harry was in the
DRS has
position
been
as well
enabled.
there.
Look.
It's gonna come into the pit lane.
Going into the pit lane. He's crossed the line to end lap 32 and he's retired. He will get 1 point. Basically had the final race of the season taken away from him by Nasri there, though. Desbro in this, meanwhile, he's on 10-lap old hards. He's on the 3rd oldest set of tires on the track. And again, on the hards, so his tires are just about starting to give out by now.
Desbro loses out. He's made contact!
It's laser guns! No one crashes into Desbro. Everyone completely avoids him.
CB Bradshaw managing to make it out of there alive. Had to bloody make
I
it
don't
to
know
the
how.
escape road.
Yeah. Wow. But that contact may have just given Ipswich the win. As Ipswich only has 3 seconds. And the gap between him and his teammates over 7 seconds. Bradshaw being the only other driver on track now without a penalty. Just Desbro and Bradshaw, the top 2 in the championship. And we got the AI of Harry, who was out on the
Ipswich has
track
easily
for a
made
moment
the
and
move.
retired. Yeah, long before the DRS straight, or breaking point. And look at how much time they have between them and P3. Due to that contact, Blazer Guns could be looking at another penalty here. Alpha could be looking at a podium, perhaps. Actually, no, it'd be Bradshaw, I think, would take P3 here. On board with Jamie. Right on the back of Blazer Guns. There's 3 laps to go, or about 2.5 now. Alpha looked for the move there for a moment on Jamie, but he was way too far back. Might not be too far back now.
Straight here.
Ipswich Tackers across line, puts up the fastest lap of 17.92. I for sure thought Harry was coming in to take fastest lap. I'm curious as to why he didn't do that.
See, that's what I was thinking.
I figured, you know, if you're going to finish P10, you might as well take fastest lap from everyone else. Bradshaw's just
Bradshaw moving
overtaking
ahead.
Harvey Thomas. P6 on track for him now. He's looking right now, though. It looks like he'll take P3. Unless he can catch up to the back of Alpha. He's got to be within 7 or 6 seconds, I should say, of Pfister. And 3 seconds within his teammate. He's way outside the 3 seconds of Tackers. I don't think he's going to catch up there, but still possible he catches up to Pfister. Remember, Bradshaw decided to go on to a new set of mediums. He's on 7-lap old mediums, so his tires are probably probably still feeling really good right now. Alpha, Blazer Guns, and Tackers, maybe not so much. The only guy, I don't think there's anyone in front of him that's feeling very good on their tires by now.
Oh, we've got a car on us. Blazer Gun.
It's Blazer Guns around. Blazer Guns has lost it. Oh, that could be dangerous re-entry to track. Almost hit Nasri almost hit him. It's the start of the final lap now is what I was about to say, but then Blazer Guns lost it.
You're in Harry's shoes. You could call that karma.
Alf could be looking at move as well on Jamie here. Second last bit, DRS.
Alpha's got only 3 seconds, so regardless of what happens here, if he just keeps it behind Jamie, he'll get at least that one position off. Laser Guns with yet another time penalty. Just adding insult to injury for him. Gonna move to Ipswich Techers, who's now entered the final sector into the stadium section. Got the Mexican fireworks going off now. Now through the final corner, Ipswich Techers 7 will be your Mexican Grand Prix winner, taking home P1. Pfister, Jamie Jamie TC, GSR Alpha, and Bradshaw will take home P3. He's just 0.6 of a second off of Pfister. He could have been a 1-2 for the Constructors Champions.
Wow.
Fantastic race by the Aston Martins. Driver of the day, according to the game, Jamie TC. Of course, you can vote on that on our official Twitter page to decide your driver of the day. Here are your podium finishers of Ipswich Techers, Pfister, and C. Bradshaw 16. 3 drivers who have had quite a season this year. Especially C. Bradshaw, our championship winner, driver's champion. He'll be off to F2 next season. Your finishing order: Ipswich Techers, Pfister, C. Bradshaw, GSRL Alpha, Jamie TC. Had quite a race, P14 to P5. I wouldn't argue that too much about driver of the day. Desbro, Harvey Thomas, Nifty Nasri, LR Blazer Guns, and Harry, who did cross the line for 32 out of 36 laps. He will get P10. Unfortunate way for it to end for him. Invite our top 3 if you can.
I've sent them an invite. Just waiting on responses.
Okay.
I believe that Techers had problems last time that we tried to invite them. So I'm not sure.
Alright, let me see if I can invite them. Guess we're not going to get any post-race interviews for tonight. So that'll be all from me, folks. Thank you all for watching this season. Hope to see you next season for F123. And hopefully the game will be a lot better. But again, thank you, goodbye, and good night.